Yo, what is up guys, Willis back here again, and today we're taking a look at a huge new Afterpulse update. To start things off, we'll load into the home screen and immediately we see a new loadouts option in the bottom left. This is on the 9.7-inch iPad, by the way. Your screen may differ slightly, but I'm assuming everything will be more or less in the same area. This is probably one of the best updates ever simply because of this feature. I've seen some people post screenshots of bugs when at the screen, but hopefully they get those worked out and they do look minor for the time being. I haven't done much with it yet, but it seems to be working fine for me so far. Anyways, we'll play around with that in future videos. For now, check it out and send me screenshots of your favorite loadouts. Continuing on, you might notice that you can no longer see your energy at the home screen. The cash and gold totals are pushed over to the left. Personally, I think it's a little bit weird. I think it forces us to hit another button and load another screen just to see if we're eligible or able to do another training match. However, I am a fan of the idea of moving away from training completely. I think Afterpulse is a multiplayer game, and with no investment in a storyline, I think the single player aspect should just be dropped. I know some people are mad at me for saying things like that, so let me explain a bit. First, let's explain what farming means. Farming can just be a general term that can be used to describe doing tedious, repetitive tasks to earn rewards in many different games. In Afterpulse specifically, we mean doing training over and over to earn cash, and you get a few weapons and a little bit of gold along the way, but obviously not much. Now, people who are mad that this is no longer viable, or at least not nearly as viable as it used to be, point to the fact that it's extremely hard to earn cash nowadays to level up weapons, and I totally agree that that is frustrating and makes the game seem to cater even more to those willing to spend real money. With that said, I'll make my stance as clear as I can without going on for an hour or so. I'm not in favor of limiting in-game cash rewards for players. I am in favor of cutting out the boring, dry, single player with no storyline or progression part of the game. I can't say I'm responsible for the move away from farming, but I can say that I did recommend it. I also recommended at the same time repeatable cash rewards that can be earned through multiplayer matches. We have yet to see the latter, and I'm really hoping that they implement it. Training is great when you're new and actually need some practice getting to know the maps and the controls, and occasionally for even the most experienced players to test out a new loadout. Aside from that, I want to see Afterpulse encourage multiplayer gameplay and discourage repetitive training play. On top of the recent updates, I think adding repeatable cash rewards through multiplayer would really mold Afterpulse into the game we all want it to be. You'll never make everyone happy, but I think this is a great middle ground and the best solution for the time being. You're 100% welcome to disagree with me, obviously, but the most frustrating part is when people don't even understand my viewpoint and just say things like, Willis got rid of the cash rewards, or Willis doesn't want people to be able to earn cash in the game without spending real money, or things like that. I don't think it's as simple as that, so hopefully that brief explanation makes some bit of sense and you can kind of see my viewpoint. So that's just my take on it. Let me know your viewpoint in the comments below. Alright, next, if you hop over to training, you should see an option for a new map, which is Trainyard. That's right, Trainyard is back and better than ever. Aside from the central platform and the overall aesthetic, nothing here is the same as it used to be. The possibilities of this map have definitely changed. My experience is limited, but my first impression is that this map wouldn't be any good for farming, but as just explained, nobody really farms anymore. But it does look well designed for some TDM, perhaps even some deathmatch, maybe some 1v1 duels, something like that. And I think Capture the Flag could be a lot of fun here as well. And that brings me to my next point. Capture the Flag is now available in custom matches and from the the casual multiplayer menu as well. It looks like it's limited to 3 maps: Motel, Trainyard, and Desert Pit. This is expanded from the beta version of this game mode, which only featured Motel. And so I'm guessing the other maps are not really well suited for this game mode, or maybe they'll add them in the future, who knows. But for the time being, it looks like we got 3 options to play Capture the Flag on. And like I said, I have limited experience. I just kind of jumped right into making this video without really playing too much. So I haven't played the current version of Capture the Flag yet, but here's to hoping that they fixed any bugs that were around. If you guys are subscribed here, you probably saw my longer live stream. It was like 7 or 8 hours. Focused on playing Capture the Flag. We did some nice Discord voice chat with a lot of you guys, so that was some good fun. Definitely an awesome game mode. Be sure to check that out if you want to see some Capture the Flag gameplay right now, and I'm sure I'll post some more videos on it in the future, but I'll try to link that for now in the comments section below or in the description or something, so check below for that. And now you might have noticed the notification icon on my inbox button. Well, the developer sent us a small gift to help out with the Patriot season. We'll do a quick crate opening here and then spend some gold. While we do that, I'd just like to say that this video is not sponsored. I'm not being paid to make this. All of these opinions are my own. I just like to let you guys know when I get free in-game items so I can be as fair and transparent as possible. As far as I know, they sent this same package to many people who have made Afterpulse videos before, even people with just a few subscribers. So if anything, maybe it'll inspire you to start making some Afterpulse content yourself. As we spend some gold, I'd like to point out the alley stall in the shop. I'm going to buy the Patriot pack for 1250 gold. You might think this is a ripoff since there are Patriot weapons deals and Patriot gear deals for 500 apiece. However, those deals only guarantee a 4-star or higher, whereas the bigger pack here guarantees at least one 5-star gear piece and a 5-star or higher weapon. So essentially you're spending 250 extra gold to be guaranteed at least one 5 to 6-star Patriot gear and at least one 5 to 6-star Patriot weapon. Note that the other deals right now are twice as expensive, 2500 gold, twice as expensive compared to the Patriot deal, so you may want to hold off on those unless you really enjoy one of those other series. You also might want to save your gold for now for a new series coming up, but more on that in a bit. Alright, continuing on with the updates, you'll surely notice the crate lighting, background design, whatever you want to call it, has changed a bit. I've noticed that overall the entire game looks a bit darker. Maybe I'm wrong on that, maybe I'm just not used to it, I don't know. You know, it's harder to see a lot of detail on the weapons, and in matches your player's gear looks a little bit darker to me. I'd say it's definitely noticeable on the weapon screen. I'm not really too sure on the other part, the in-game part. If you followed Afterpulse for a long time, you probably know that kind of with every major update they seem to tweak the lighting a little bit, and so I'm not sure if this is some sort of optimization. Maybe it's kind of a change to make the newer series look better than the other series for the time being, or maybe it's just something else altogether. I'm not totally sure, so all I can do is just point out the differences. And speaking of optimization, Afterpulse is reporting to be compatible with over 200 Android devices now. I'm not sure if this was added with the most recent update or if they are just reiterating this info from before, since I do remember them kind of somewhat recently reporting on that. But either way, hopefully more of you can join the battle. If you're nervous about the competition, maybe this will help. Afterpulse says that they have made improvements to the matchmaking system to raise the fairness of matches. And to elaborate on that a bit, you'll notice a number next to a star icon at your home screen. I spoke to Afterpulse and they said that this number represents a player's ELO, if I'm saying that right. ELO, LO, I'm just going to say ELO. So ELO is basically a skill rating system. You'll tend to get matched up with players who have a number close to yours, and you can see mine is currently at 1315, so we'll see how it changes as we play a few games, win or lose, see if it changes quickly, see if it takes a long time to change, things like that. But let me know what your number is in the comments below. I'd definitely be interested to see that. And for more information on the rating system, I'll drop a link to a Wikipedia article in the description or in one of the comments below. Aside from that, there was also mention of fixing over 33 technical issues. They only listed 2, shooting through walls and improving visuals on Android. So that sounds kind of more like the Afterpulse that we've all come to know, only specifically listing a couple of changes. So I'm not sure what else they fixed, but if you guys notice anything different, let me know. And here's to hoping that everyone's in-game experience will be great. I did notice one thing that was different as I was going through this video. When you go to power up weapons, you'll notice that the weapon selection list does not disappear after tapping on one weapon, or several if you knew the trick to power up faster. I think this is a great change, and it's probably safe to say that everybody will agree with that. My only concern is that brand new players might be slightly confused as to how to get rid of that right side scroll list to access that power up button. If you're wondering, all you have to do is tap the screen on the left side. Even if you tap on a selected weapon, the menu has to disappear before you can deselect them. So this should help prevent any annoyances of trying to close the menu and accidentally removing your fuse material, or burners as we call them in Afterpulse. Also, be careful not to fuse anything you don't want to get rid of, and if you deselect something, make sure it's actually gone before you hit that power up button. And finally, to close things off, we have this new teaser image. From what I know, this will be a brand new series, never done before in Afterpulse. The helmet in the picture looks like the newer Atom gear, looks like a different kind of skinned version of that design, and everything else looks new to me as far as I can tell. We do see some peripheral lighting effects similar to the Hadron series. They look red in this case, obviously. And the new weapon design definitely looks chic and modern. I'm going to be honest, I'd be lying if I said I was a huge fan, at least of the gear. I think the weapon design looks kind of promising. But you guys know by now I tend to like stuff that's a bit more realistic and not so flashy. That said, a lot of the stuff I didn't like ends up growing on me, so we'll see where this takes us. And it looks like the Patriot season goes until July 12th or so I would expect this new series to come right after that, most likely. But that will do it for this video. I hope this helped you out. Maybe this was the Afterpulse update you were waiting for. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on everything we covered today, and also let me know if there are still some features you really want to see in Afterpulse, like maybe repeatable cash rewards in multiplayer. I think that's my #1 request right now. Be sure to subscribe for more. Check out the description for more info on various ways you can support the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video.